Drinking with friends, but sometimes you're just not in the mood for alcohol, and some people don't like the pressure of feeling like they have to drink. Well, an expert will join me to talk about that in a minute, but first, Arthur Chien takes a closer look for us tonight.
Let's be honest with ourselves. If I suggest we go for a drink or to a party or to go dancing, what's the one thing that we probably expect to have that night? Alcohol, maybe? Quietly across the city, a dry movement is underway, a rising popularity of events from dance parties to drinking engagements that are alcohol-free. Ruby Warrington introduced us to a phrase called sober curious, which she found herself to be years ago.
Alcohol just wasn't making me feel good. My hangovers were getting worse. I think as I was progressing in my career, I was noticing that alcohol was having a really negative impact on my ability to be able to step up.
But when she looked for events that aren't alcohol-driven, there weren't any, so she created Club SÖDA NYC, hosting everything from dance parties to speakers to sound meditations, events that break inhibitions down without alcohol.
It's really just getting started, and I foresee it really burgeoning and growing pretty largely.
Katrina Armendariz is the creator of Numinous, a series of tea ceremonies held across the city. For her, curating these non-alcohol events promotes a mindfulness that's far more difficult to achieve when people start drinking.
At some point, we start to lose a lot of our faculties and our ability to be fully present in the moment. So, a lot of our senses get deadened, and if we're not really present in the moment with ourselves and with each other, we're not really able to dive deeper into connection and that intimacy.
An elevated connection is what the assemblage is also after, a new social space in Kips Bay that features speakers and performances in their co-living and co-working building. Some have called it the new Soho House. But even while you can find mixologist extraordinaire Greg Seidner behind the bar making his creations, the drinks are non-alcoholic. These complex creations with nutrients target everything from your brain to your joy to your balance. Try getting that from vodka.
And you don't really hear that much about the detrimental health effects, although it's actually one of the leading contributors to many of the major illnesses and chronic illnesses that are in this country.
After all, preventing illnesses is one of the major reasons why we take care of ourselves and exercise. So why undo all that work? And this is the drive behind Daybreaker, which Fox 5 featured before it went national, an early morning dance party preceded by yoga, a dynamic party that doesn't seem to miss alcohol, not even a drop. Now, in case you're watching this piece and decide that you want to check out these types of events, those who are familiar with the space have a very simple suggestion, and that's not to judge oneself too harshly, whether it's one's current drinking habits or habits in the past, and to give oneself credit for wanting to open their doors to something new.
There's nothing wrong with you, and actually probably a lot more of your friends than you would ever even realize may be thinking the same thing.
And if you are all thinking, let's check this out, even if it's just for one event, why not? After all, it is a brand new year. Arthur Chien, Fox 5 News.
Arthur, thank you very much for that. And joining me right now, a special guest tonight. This is Andrea Prate. She is a NYC producer for The Shine. We're going to hear about that in a minute. But non-alcohol events are becoming really popular. Why?
Absolutely. This is a movement.
Yeah.
It's part of the mindfulness movement. Mm-hmm. It has to do with fitness being a trend and people putting time and money into their bodies and feeling good. So to go out and binge drink and be hungover on a Saturday, it's a waste.
And you've seen this. I mean, you have a background in trending and research and so forth.
Yeah.
So you saw it happening. How much is it growing, and where is this thing going to go?
It's growing leaps and bounds.
Yeah.
I mean, we saw it really take a foothold in 2007 where it was all about having a green juice was the new status symbol, and it's only grown with people like Gwyneth Paltrow for Goop at the helm, and just seeing this movement really just take hold.
And it's not just, young people, not millennials. I mean, everybody's sort of getting into this thing.
People want to feel good, you know? There's nothing wrong with that.
Right.
And so
social media has a lot to do with it as well.
Absolutely. If we're going to spend time socializing, because so much of what we're doing is through our devices, and if we want to have that one-on-one time, we want it to be meaningful instead of drunken and slurred.
Yeah, well, there's no question about that.
Yeah.
It also can be very expensive. I mean, you can think about how much money it costs to drink, and that perhaps is one factor anyway.
Yeah. These events like The Shine, like Club SÖDA, it's a $30 ticket. That's 2 drinks in New York, and people usually don't stop at 2.
Yeah, well, tell me about Shine now, okay? Tell me about your group. You're doing a lot of interesting things here in
Yeah,
New
so
York.
the Shine has been going for 4 years, 2 years, or actually 3 in New York, and we do it every other month. It's a mindful variety show, so we feature live music, philanthropy, meditation, TED Talk-like talk. People leave inspired.
Wow, you're getting good reaction to it? You tell me 150 people show
Yeah.
up at these things?
Yeah.
What's driving that? I mean, that's interesting.
A lot of different things. The meditation movement that's
Yeah.
happening in New York. People are looking for another way to socialize, and this is a great uplifting evening, you know. And you can drink all 29 nights of the
Yeah.
month if that's what you want to do.
But people are having fun at these events. Would you
Yeah.
invite me to the next one? I'd like to come out there and see what it's
Absolutely.
like, right?
February.
February is the
Yeah.
next one? Where is it going to be?
To be decided.
To be decided.
Yeah.
Okay, you let me know, okay?
I will.
Andrea, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, Ernie.
Stay well.
Thanks.
All right, the first week of 2018 is in the books. Up next, I hit the streets to figure out the best thing you did last year. Interesting answers have come.